All right, I hope everybody can hear me. Let me see. I hope everybody could see me. Everybody could hear me. Let me see here. We're going to give it 5 minutes. 5 minutes for people to come in. I hope people can hear me. Please let me know in the chat. Right. Give us 1 second. All right, awesome. Let me see here. Awesome. Okay, people in the comment section right now. I just want to know if everybody could see the chart. Just give me a shout out in the comment section if y'all could see a chart. It's good to be here with you today, family. I'm excited to do this, and it seems like Shib's just always doing something. Always doing something. All right. Great. Give it about 1 or 2 more minutes before we jump into the Shib. Okay, great. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Awesome. Oh, not yet. Wait a minute. Let's see. Everybody hear me. Okay. Can't see the chart. Let me see. I'm going to switch it because I can't do this right from TradingView, so I got to do this from my browser. So I'm going to switch it to the Shiba chart right now. Let's just see. Give me a yes or a no if you can see the chart. I'll give it about 15 seconds. All right. Let's see here. I'm going back. No chart. Okay. Jeez. All right. Let me see here. Okay, what about right now? Could we see the chart? I have the chart up. I'm trying to screen share from this live stream. So we just did this. So I'm hoping we can all see the chart. All right. All right. All right, give us a couple minutes. Let me just see if we can get this chart screened up. All right, give us a couple minutes, family. We're just going to try to get this chart so you guys could see what I'm seeing here. I'm going to experiment with this. All right. Hopefully this works. Okay, we are having problems getting the chart to you guys. Okay, can we see the charts now? Let me just get chart up. Okay, great. So the chart's up. Awesome. All right, family, I'm going to get this started. Welcome to Our first live stream here, sponsored by Crypto Tutors. I'm excited to have everybody because we have an exciting topic to talk about. Something that everybody's been talking about, Shiba Inu. Shiba's just been on a tear. It's just been on a tear, and even within the last 24 hours, it just seems like this coin keeps on doing some magical things. So there's a couple things that we've noticed about SHIB and some conceptions I want to clear up. I've noticed that you're gonna see so many YouTube videos and so many people talking about Shiba Inu to $1. Quite frankly, that's just, at least in my opinion, not realistic. So I think that's the first question everybody asks is SHIB gonna hit $1? And my first answer is, is SHIB gonna hit 1 cent? My first answer is most likely not. And I don't know if you guys could see me on CoinMarketCap right here, but right here, the market cap for Shiba Inu is $14 billion, and if you look at the token structure for it, you're going to notice that there was a supply of a quadrillion coins, and then that supply was cut in half to 500 trillion, and now there's currently about 394 trillion coins in circulation. But to get Shiba up to a cent in general, just know with this kind of supply is going to take Shiba Inu to be over $1 trillion market cap. So it would essentially have to surpass Bitcoin's current market cap right now. I don't see that happening for SHIB. So if you hear these things, SHIB to $1, SHIB to 1 cent, I would take that with a grain of salt. But we're going to give you some realistic targets that Shiba Inu is going to hit we're just going to say 3,754 is its current price right now. So we're going to get back into the chart right now. So the first thing was Shiba Inu that I've noticed, because this coin really wasn't on my radar until probably the past 2 months. But the first thing, and I'm going to throw in some Bollinger Bands here. SHIB has an interesting pattern. I hope we can see this on the 4-hour. Yeah, here we go. So I'm using Bollinger Bands right now, family. And the Bollinger Bands it helps us really measure volatility. But what I like to use it for is to see when things are consolidating and squeezing. So I had a post where we predicted SHIB was going to explode about a day or two later, and it certainly did. But let me just enlarge this for you. So you'll notice with SHIB right now, from when it was listed, at least this is on Coinbase. We're gonna do the story with SHIB real quick, and then we're gonna really break it down. So you notice up here, this is when Coinbase first released. You'll notice that somebody put in a buy order or bought it for 9,000 Shibis. We'll say Shibtoshis for around that. So it's a lot, but somebody bought this for around 9,000. We see the current trading price right now of around 3,800. So we notice that, if somebody bought it up high right here, and then the price dumped. But what's also interesting is that, wait, hold on. Let me go back real quick. What's also interesting is that, we had action kind of up here back in September of this month. We had some price action right there that was recognized, like that is actually still way higher than the current price, and then it just kind of dumped. So after the coin came on Coinbase, from there it just kind of dumped, and it went into this period of like a long consolidation. Like you're gonna see here, these bands, you're going to see these blue bands. These are Bollinger Bands. These bands, whenever they get close and squeezed up, we like to call that a Bollinger Band compression. And what this really indicates is that accumulation, or people, price isn't moving too up. It's not moving too down. People are really just buying. It's not, price isn't going anywhere. So people are accumulating. You'll notice right here, there was a period right after a volatile dump. There was a period from September 14th to September 16th, 2 days where people were buying it, not trading around much. But you'll notice from there, after the squeeze on the Bollinger Bands, it's come up, and it went up and it did about 100% before going back down. That's right when it hit Coinbase, I believe. This is on Binance. This has been out. Shiba Inu has been trading on other exchanges. I'm just using the Coinbase one right now. So you notice that after the compression squeeze, we came up, the bands expanded. So when the bands expand, that indicates volatility. And we went into a pretty long phase. Let me go back to the 4-hour. Yeah, we went through a pretty lengthy phase of this consolidation right here. Really throughout most of September and October is when we had this more or less moving sideways. Price wasn't doing much of anything. So you're going to see, we had some support like down here. I'll change that for you. Oh, wait a minute. So you're going to see that, wait, hold on. All right. So yeah, you're going to see that, we had some support down here after that dump. And then I'm going to get rid of the Bollinger Bands real quick. And then, we had resistance like right about here for some time. We're just going to just put it like this. But, you could see that the price just wasn't moving. It just wasn't moving wasn't moving too much from here. I'm going to have this as the resistance. So you'll notice that when you put the Bollinger Bands, it's kind of squeezing. So you'll notice that it went through a squeeze for a while. And if we want to know what the average price people were buying this at, I'm going to pull up an indicator called the VPVR, or it's called the visible range. And this is going to give us an idea. Well, it's kind of fat right now. You'll see that. But you're going to see here with this shaded volume stick that a lot of the buying and selling from this period of September 21st had happened around 732 Shibtoshis, right around here. Anywhere from 700 to 760. The price wasn't moving much. And so you're going to see here, and once we remove this, you're going to see right after that squeeze, we just had a behemoth pump right after that squeeze. And you're going to see with the Bollinger Bands, you see all the blueness, just all the volatility come out of SHIB. And you notice when I enlarge it more, you're going to see that this period in September through October is minimized because the price has appreciated so much. So, just from then, after that squeeze, the price pumps 421%, which is just astronomical. These are the gains people want to see in crypto. This is what everybody wants to see with crypto. So we had a huge pump, and right now after that pump that we experienced toward the beginning of this month in October, notice how the pattern is just kind of repeating. It's a big pump. We kind of came down a bit, and we were kind of just compressing. Like the price isn't moving or wasn't moving too much. Until the past, I'd say 24, 30 hours, you're going to see a cyclical nature with SHIB, and it's interesting to see on a chart. So right here, you're going to see during the past 4 days, I'd say, we had a really tight, you see right where I have that? A really, really tight squeeze. So that also indicates, like I was saying, that whenever we see these squeezes with SHIB, after a big pump, it's usually a cool down period before the next lift off or lift down. But in this case, it's just been lift offs. And you can see after the pump that we had, and we hit that high up here of 37 Shibtoshis, 3,700, you can see that we had come down a bit and just were kind of like moving sideways. So that's really interesting with SHIB to see. And also, we're going to take note that after the pump that we had at the beginning of this month, where was the majority of the buying and selling happening at? So let's pull out our point of control right now. And this is something that we use with the visible range. It's called the point of control. And we're going to see where all the buying has happened for this time period with SHIB. So I'm going to do the point of control. And really, family, all the point of control on this range index tells us is where the majority of the buying and selling has happened? What price? Our volume down here is going to, fill us in on what the volume was for that particular day, but the visible range is going to give us an overall clue on where the majority of that price action has happened. And we'll notice since we'll just say the beginning of October, after that pump, we pumped up to $3,600 on Shiba and came down. I think it dropped about 30% from October 7th. Let me measure that real quick. Yeah, so we came down, about 40% really. And then we kind of bounced back up. And you'll notice this green line at 27.41. This is where the majority of the trading, the buying and the selling has happened, was at this price point right here. And you're going to see, because it has the biggest little candle, a little volume stick on this right side. So 27.41 was that area where it was getting more or less consolidated. People were buying around that range, even though it had a lower support, like probably, let me see here, our support for SHIB for the past month has been at around, let's see, we'll say like these, around here. This was our support level. So I'm looking for multiple lows, just kind of some wicks getting low there. So yeah, right here, we're going to say like our support was at around 2,300 for SHIB, 2,300 SHIB Toshis. I'm going to say that. And then our resistance for this time period, let's look to see after that pump where price was struggling to get through. And you'll see that right up here, just come down this way a bit. You'll see that right in these areas, like right up there, is where we had a resistance. So after this big pump that we had here, we dumped, came back down. We were kind of failing to get past 3,200. And for for most of the month of October, this is more or less where the price has been ranging from, was from pretty much 24.90 to around 3,000-ish is where we were at. So we noticed that we were repeating the same patterns that we've been repeating with SHIB. Big pump, cool off, it moves sideways until the next big pump up or a big breakdown. And in this case with SHIB, it's just been pumped up. So, we've come out of this range here. So I'm going to extend the support right here. So notice how it's almost, we're on taking it to another level. It's like with Shiba. You'll see from here we took it to another level. There was a new price floor since September, and then after September, the minute we hit October, we come straight up. We pump enormously, storybook gains with that SHIB pump. We cool off, and once again we set a new price level for SHIB, and we went on to moving sideways more so for the month of October. Until the past 24 hours, we've just taken another pump up to the new level. And right now, everybody's kind of wondering what is going to go on with SHIB from here, because we've just been going higher and higher and higher. So these are our current levels. We are trading at 3,816 SHIBs, SHIB Toshis. So we're going to take it on the smaller time frame, but that's just the story with Shiba Inu. With this, it's a social token, so Shiba Inu has a lot of hype around it, and I'm just going to take us away from the charts real quick. I just want to show everybody that Shiba Inu, at least when you come to CoinGecko, there's a page where it has trending cryptocurrencies, and you're going to notice with Shiba Inu, it's a top trending coin in every country. The Philippines, the US, I believe is I guess it's #1 right now. So the United Kingdom, you're going to see Shiba Inus right there. Even in India, I'm sure Shiba Inu is right there. You kind of get the point. Shiba is a highly talked about social token right now, so it has a lot of steam coming into this cycle. So now the question really is, it's like, where does Shiba go from here? Can it go any higher? And I don't want to be too moon boyish or anything, but I was just having telling Nina the other day, part of Crypto Tutors, that I still believe we have a little room to go higher. And the reason why I said we have a little room to go higher is because when we exit out here, I'm just going to switch it to the daily now. When we come out here, we'll notice that like I said in the beginning, truthfully, the all-time high for SHIB was around this level right here, where whoever, I know these, when it first gets released to the exchanges, these are never great uh, things to use, or at least great, I guess, indicators, or not indicators, but just wicks and candles to use since it's so new. But I mean, we got to realize when we're taking into Shiba price into consideration, that people, it was recognized, and I'll draw a resistance right up here. You know, SHIB was recognized at this level up here. You know, there was trading and buying going on here, and as you notice right here as well. Let me see. We'll do another bar or another rectangle. You'll notice even right here, SHIB was also recognized. I'm going to set a resistance for this level because even around here, right at the beginning of September when it came on Coinbase, SHIB was also kind of, you had price action around these levels. And it's just interesting that we came right all the way down here. And you'll see slowly but surely we're kind of working our way up back to these previous levels that were being traded at. So, and as right now, it's, you know, we're coming to this level where we're in the 4,000 zone, which was a level being recognized back in early September. So we're slowly working our way up to there, and you know, I don't know, you know, doing a fib retracement on this since there's not so much history, but I mean, you know, for the sake of this, just to get kind of a general idea from a swing high to a swing low, I'm just going to pull out a fib retracement just to see some of these levels right here. So I'm just taking it from the high when it first listed and just bringing it to the, I guess, to the low right here. Not the best way to use the fib, but in SHIB's case, I mean, it gives us a general idea right now. I mean, we see right here that SHIB, after this pump of since the last 24 hours, you know, it's come right back up to this 0.382 level. Right there. It's come right back up to here. And we see this was recognized, I guess, level for not a short-lived level, but nevertheless, it was still recognized. So SHIB has just been going up. And when we want to talk about price predictions, I don't believe Shiba Inu is going to be going to ascend because, like we said earlier, we need well over $1 trillion market cap for SHIB to be that price, and its current market cap right now is roughly $14 billion on coin market cap. But when we consider other social tokens such as Dogecoin, which is sitting, I don't want to guess, so let's see where Dogecoin's sitting at right now. Where are we at with Dogecoin? We're at a $34 billion market cap for Dogecoin compared to Shiba Inu's 14 or roughly $15 billion market cap. So Shiba Inu, if we're talking about Shiba Inu being the Dogecoin killer, you know, we can still expect a little bit of a upside from Shiba, especially because what Shiba has going right now is kind of the world's it's the world's new social token right now. You know, it's recognized as having value in many parts of the world right now. Almost every country, you know, has it as a top trending coin, and so many people that are new to crypto really ask me about Shiba Inu a lot. I've been getting it a ton, and I think really the appeal of Shiba Inu is that people see that it doesn't cost much for you to own well over 1,000,000 coins. You know, how many people can say they have 1,000,000 of anything in life? So at least you could say you have well over 1,000,000 sheep. So I think the tokenomic appeal for sheep, it really speaks to people because I think people are always going to have that vision of it getting to a cent or a dollar. And of course, if you have millions of Shiba Inu right now, you know, that's a really lucrative coin, you know, at least if you were to think for the future. But a lot of SHIB's price is definitely going to deal with the token burning mechanisms that it has. But right now, I'd say from a fundamental standpoint, the hype and the buzz is just really moving SHIB's price, and All it takes is a tweet from Elon, and or the Robinhood listing for this to set it off to the next level. So really, I believe that Shiba Inu does still have some room to grow, especially with the market being the way it is, Bitcoin reaching its new all-time highs and breaking resistances, going into price discovery. That's all going to be good for the market. But Shiba Inu, it definitely acts a little bit differently than the rest of the market. So where are we going from here? It's already pumped up a bit. I'll bring out the oscillators too. So it's already pumped up a bit. So let me refresh this right now. And you'll see here, like we're talking about, looking at the peaks, peaks of where the oscillators are at, peak prices or peak movements. So that was a peak right there. Same with back here. Earlier in October, we peaked up here. So anytime, we peak up at these overbought levels on the RSI, these are indicating that our waves are reaching maximum momentum right now. So, we're going to come down a bit. Doesn't mean we're going to come down hard or very big. It just means our wave is losing a little bit momentum. So right now, as suspected after this pump with Shiba, I'm seeing the wave just come in collapsing just a bit right now, but nevertheless, SHIB is still at sitting at a interesting price level. So what's the next level we need to look for SHIB? If we continue this uptrend, so let me see. Let's get our uptrend going. I'm gonna get rid of these Bollinger Bands and remove this point of control for us. Wait a minute. Here we go. So remove that. So let's see where this trend is now. So probably not the best. I'm going to take us into the hourly. And all these trends are always going to change. But, at least from here, if we just set well, we kind of breached that trend, but not much. But if we just kind of set this path right here, at least on the hourly, and SHIB, I'm going to change this color. If we keep on this trend right here, and SHIB, for 3,800. Actually, it kind of passed that. So 4,800 Shibtoshis. Let's just say for the Shibtoshi. So this 0.5 level, if it continues on this trend, our next price target for SHIB, with this positive momentum coming in, is going to be at that 0.5 level right here at 4,802. Ooh, that's ugly. Let me make that a little bit prettier. Right here at right here at 4,802. That was gonna be, if we continue this uptrend now. Look, we almost got close. We hit a high of today of 4,551 Satoshi. So, if we continue this and it's holding strong, we're gonna do maybe something like this, but for that next higher level in Shiba Inu, I would be looking for that $4,800 level. If we don't hold this, we're gonna most likely fall right back down here from this resistance that we had. If it doesn't act as a support, or if we bounced off of it once actually right here. So we had to bounce off there, but if we kind of bleed here and bounce off here, that's cool. But if not, if we don't hold this trend line, we're probably just going to come back into this this accumulation area, or at least this trading channel right here, in between 2,500-ish, 2,465, between the 3,000 levels is where we would come back with SHIB, because it is on a small downtrend after a pump right now. As you can see here, it's been a slight change in trend. Hold on. So yeah, we've kind of broken that. We've reversed on the hourly, at least from right here. So our trend has changed. So keep that in mind right now. The trend has changed a bit. So after 4,800, where else? Does SHIB still has any room to grow? Personally, I believe that SHIB, like I said, I don't believe it's going to get to a penny just from its token structure. It's a huge supply, and for it to get to over a penny, we would need just a ridiculous amount of multipliers right there. It's gonna The market cap for SHIB would have to be over $1 trillion minimum at least. It would probably multi-trillion if that for a penny. That would be beautiful. That would be my dream too. So where else are we at with SHIB? Like I said, SHIB, I think we're gonna try to be setting some new all-time highs with SHIB if we consider it being the Dogecoin killer. I'm gonna get this on the daily for everybody. If we consider this being the Dogecoin killer right now, we are gonna want to see Shiba Inu hit a little bit more new all-time highs. So, the fact that it was that somebody, it was recognized right around here. Yeah, it's just a one-off wick or whatnot, but with this kind of this cycle, this bull market that we're in, and the kind of attention and steam SHIB's getting, I would not be surprised if it comes up to that $9,000 level throughout this cycle. I'm not saying it's gonna 1000x from here, because from these levels that would be about another 140% increase. Over 100% increases in crypto, and that's not too difficult for crypto. So at least to retest this level right here, at least retest that, coming up above the 0.786. At least really retesting this level, coming back up to here. Maybe timestamp that. That would be my prediction. Coming back up to there, I believe, on this kind of trend and fuel for SHIB, is it could definitely push the price up there. But keep in mind, we were talking about SHIB going up and up and up. You've got to also keep in mind that with these volatile upward movements, can present some risk and can have volatility in the opposite direction. So we could drastically drop in price. But since the token's been out, at least on Coinbase, if I pull up our point of control set September, you're going to notice that the majority of the buying has been at around the 2,875 Satoshi level. So we're kind of right in the middle of this channel. You'll see that green line coming through this channel that we set out where it's getting compressed. So, people are not really wanting to sell their SHIB from, these levels right here. These were the levels that I was looking at it at. And I was just like, you know what? This seems very interesting. It seemed like it could pop any second. We got in on SHIB, got out a little bit too early, but didn't want to get too greedy though. But yeah, still doing well with SHIB. But yeah, so notice people, they're not, because a lot of people have accumulated. You even see this this stick right here indicating that accumulation. So a lot of people were accumulating in this area, including myself, before the major pump. But it seems like right now people aren't really willing to sell their SHIB at these levels again. At least not right now. People are more or less recognizing it at 2,875 Shibtoshis. That's kind of where the floor is has been for Shiba Inu right now, at least since October. Yeah, 2,875 is where most of that price recognition has been happening at. So people don't want to sell their SHIB for cheap. A lot of people think SHIB has a lot more steam, a lot more upside to get into. I personally do myself, but I don't know if SHIB has another 1,000 or 100. I don't know if SHIB has like another 10 or 100x in it, but I do still feel like it has a little bit room to grow from here. Even before we started this live stream, we were talking about SHIB has some room to grow, and it just had a 50% increase within the past 24 hours, 60%, my goodness. So I'm going to check the comments section real quick. Let me see. I'm reading out some of the comments of the pump shortening each time from Dane and Johnson. I believe so. I believe the pumps are shortening a bit. Because the less money that was in it, the harder it was going to pump. So the more money that's coming into the market cap for SHIB, I feel like the pumps are going to be less aggressive. They're probably we're not going to see those 400 or 500% in a week or two. I do feel like it could be a little bit shortened. So that's it with SHIB right now. Let me see what else we need to cover with SHIB. Let me get back into that chart. So yeah, so we could also see SHIB maybe on a different chart, but no, I like this. This chart's working out well. So Shiba To A Penny. If you hear somebody saying that, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Shiba To A Penny, that's pretty big. But if you want to see, if you want to see what it would take for SHIB to get to a penny real quick, I mean, man, we'll do this so we could see what kind of astronomical increase we need for a penny, because that's all people on YouTube. This has been the major price prediction, and I'm not saying it can never get there, but I mean, realistically, I mean, come on, like you're gonna see how insane this is. So you can see here I shortened the chart. It looks like nothing, but I'm just gonna put us on this green line right here to the best of my ability. Even at 5,000, still from even a big high from SHIB, you're gonna notice this way up to 1 penny. You know, from here it's probably a little bit more, but that's like another 20x, 19,000% from these levels. More, it's actually going to be more, but I'm going from the 5,200 since it's so small. But you know, it's going to be more than a 20,000% increase from these levels to take SHIB to a cent. You know, not even a dollar. A dollar is just insanely ridiculous to think. But even a cent, you know, you got to ask yourself, 20x from a you know, a top 10 crypto right now with SHIB. Not impossible of over 20x, but over 20,000% from these levels. I'm still skeptical of that. But nevertheless, you know, I do feel like SHIB still can grow a little bit from here. Yeah, and also, is there any more questions? Any more questions from the chat? Let me see here. Mocha, what is the indicator that you're using on the right of the chart? Okay, so this is called the visible range right here. VPVR, I'm going to show you how to get to it. So you're going to go to this FX indicators and strategies. And if you just type in VPVR, or you could type in visible range. So type in visible, oh boy, my spelling bad. Visible range. Yeah, my spelling is not good today. So here's one, the Viper volume profile visible range. Well, can't use that, right? But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's called VP. You'll see it right up here. VPVR, visible range. Type that in on your indicators. It's visible range. And what the visible range is going to show us, you know, the volume is good because, you know, the volume on the bottom here, as you can see, these are good to indicate, you know, what's the strength of the pump. And you notice here back in October, there was some big volume and we had big candlesticks from there. But with the VPVR, it's not quite like that. What the VPVR here does on the side is it really, I'm going to delete this real quick. That's like annoying me. All right. Yeah, the VPVR, it really does a good job of highlighting where the majority of the buying and selling and the action has occurred at. What price, around what price levels-ish has that buying and trading occurred? And you'll notice with SHIB, so if I click on this, you know, you're going to have your settings for the VPVR. And if you click on the POC, this is called the point of control, and it goes to what I was saying, that this has been where all the action has happened at. Excuse me. Where all the action has happened at. All the trading, all the main action has happened. So before, you know, before here, you know, if I just come over to, you know, before this massive pump, I'm going to go on the 4-hourly. So if I just come before that massive pump that we've experienced here, so you're going to see how this is going to change. Let me see here. So if I just move it all the way over to the right, you're going to see how this has dropped. You know, you're going to see that this green, this lime green, you can change the colors, but this lime green I have has dropped. And the reason that is because really before, go here, before that massive pump that we've experienced, the majority of the buying and the selling had happened at 775 Satoshis. You're going to see how fat this little candle is right here, or that range profile. You're going to see that before that massive parabolic pump that we experienced toward the beginning of October, before that, you know, the SHIB was just moving sideways. It wasn't doing much. And that's when I had typed an article about it. I was just like, man, this is pumped up and pumped right down. And now it's not, seems like it's inevitable that it's going to pump up again. But you're going to see how this visible range does a good job of letting us know, okay, this is where most of the people have been doing their buying and selling, is around 775. So, you know, even if you want to trade, just doing any kind of trading, understanding where that point of control is at is really good. You know, I like to personally get into a trade when we're under this point of control, wherever it's at. That way there's a little bit of an edge to the upside a bit. That way we know if we're at the bottom of this and we're not, we don't have a complete FUD storm, or the project's not going to not going to dirt, you know, is strong and we still have upside. Well, you know, we can expect that if we get in for a little bit below the point of control, that, you know, we're going to at least try to head back up to retest it, because that's where most of the action is recognized. So now if I come back right over here and get like a chart, or just get a more zoomed out chart right now, we're going to see here that that green line, that point of control on our visible range, has raised. Because now, instead of these levels, this almost seems like it was like aeons ago. This seems like it was just prehistoric now. People, even I wish we could have bought more back then. That's the one thing with crypto. We always wish we could buy more in retrospect. We never buy enough in retrospect. But yeah, so, you know, over here is, we're not there anymore. Now where people are buying this and recognizing this as, like we said earlier, 2,853 Satoshis, something around there. So that's where it's at. In the like I said, the visible range does a good job of letting us know where that average action is at. So we know that if we get in underneath the point of control, or at least underneath the main buying and selling prices, you know, that gives us a little bit of an edge, just slightly. And it could be a big edge. It just depends on how low we are under the point of control, and you know, what kind of project in crypto it is, and us getting back up to that. But yeah, keep that in mind. See, always, if you can use the visible range, see where the most of the price action has occurred. Look where we're at. And even right now with SHIB, so we want to know where has the most of the action occurred at with SHIB. I mean, we could come down to, you know, let's do the hourly. Let's see, so really, since this pump right now, you're going to see now that since in the past 24 hours, and this is on a, you know, this is on a much shorter time frame. I like to use the daily and the 4 hourly, but, you know, you're going to see that you know, a lot. It's been recognized a lot around 3,622 Satoshi. So since yesterday, a lot of this buying and selling for this pump has, a lot of that price action has been recognized at around 3,600. Still a little bit above the point of control right now. So SHIB's probably going to cool off. I mean, if we look at the hourly right now, we'll see that it's definitely coming to cool off. Like anything, after a big pump, you know, expect that cool off period to happen. So, you know, on the MACD, at least on our oscillators, everything's indicating right now that, yep, we've had a nice little pump with SHIB, and now it's just kind of going back into, I wouldn't say hibernation, but just chilling out a bit before SHIB does what it does. SHIB is just, to me, so uncorrelated with Bitcoin and the way the rest of the market moves. SHIB just has kind of a mind of its own. Shiba Inu does what Shiba Inu wants to do. It doesn't. I think Shiba Inu is kind of, you know, like with so many coins in cryptocurrency, if Bitcoin ain't happy, you know, most of cryptos isn't happy. Like I've always said, if Mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. If Bitcoin's not happy, nobody's happy. So when Bitcoin comes down, it takes a lot of the market with it. But with SHIB, SHIB just kind of does its own thing. It really does. So SHIB's really, really an interesting one. And, you know, the big I'd say fundamental hype right now behind SHIB is anticipation of a Robinhood listing. And I'm sure once that happens, you can probably see another price run up with Shiba Inu. But keep that out on your radars, is that Robinhood partnership, because that's fundamentally gonna drive up some of that price action and momentum. So I'm going back to the comments right now. Let me see here. Trying to understand the difference between. So okay, let me see here. I'm new to this. Okay, so Dana and Johnson, trying to understand the difference between two memes, Doge versus Shib. If I were to give you a difference between the two, they are actually very different. I consider Dogecoin a more OG coin. It was actually what we would consider the first social token of this kind. It came back out in around 2012, 2013, I believe. But yeah, Dogecoin is just has been a meme coin that has been around for a while. So it has established roots in the cryptocurrency space versus Shib. Shib is new and is gold, and also Shib runs off of ERC20. So Shib's on the Ethereum network. The difference also with Shib and Doge is that you can notice that Shiba Inu, it has its own exchange. So let me see. I'll just go to Google and I'll show you. You just go to Google, type in Shiba Inu exchange. I should have saved this, but shibatoken.com. There it is. So you notice with Shiba, you notice you have this website called shibatoken.com. So Shiba Inu is really, it's a meme coin, but it's also a big ecosystem. They have NFTs. You can do staking. You can do all these leashings. They have farms and pools. Whereas Doge, it doesn't quite have that ecosystem like Shiba Inu does. It's definitely geared toward DeFi as well, Shiba Inu. So I would say those are the main differences. And also their token structure. I mean, we can go here to Dogecoin. I'm on CoinMarketCap right now. Let me see here. You're gonna notice with Doge, it has a where's the circuit? So we only have about 131 billion Doge coins that are circulating right now. Doge doesn't really have a max supply. That's one thing with Dogecoin. It's not a hard cap supply. It's inflationary, so the supply of Doge gets increased every year. It's not like we have a hard cap like we do with Bitcoin or Litecoin, things like that. Let me see. So, and you're going to notice with SHIB, we see the circulating supply for that is for Dogecoin was 131 billion. Right here with SHIB is 394,796 billion, or other words, 394 trillion of these coins in circulating supply. It has a total supply of a quadrillion, which is astronomical for pretty much any human to wrap their head around of. That supply was cut in half, and I believe, I'm not even too sure on SHIB's max supply, honestly. But those are some of the main differences with Dogecoin and SHIB. Yeah, those are just some of the main differences. With another thing with the SHIB is that I think, well, Dogecoin's pretty easily accessible. But yeah, I would just say those are just some of the main differences. And also, Dogecoin had a focus on charity events in the beginning too, and supporting things. Shiba Inu is kind of running that same route where they're going to be trying to get very active outside of the crypto ecosystem by here goes India's COVID relief fund. They're going to try to get into probably some charitable work as well. But just know, if it were to come down to it, I'd say the main differences with Shiba Inu is the token supply is just astronomical, and just the ecosystem. Shiba has an ecosystem. You could stake, you could pool. You have this thing called Bone right here. They have cool art I haven't even seen. They have their own DEX, essentially, Shiba Swap. They already have over 200 million in total value locked on their DeFi, I guess, applications or similar things to it. this whole Shiba art stuff. Oh yeah, and then the Shiba Rescue. They're gonna partnering with Amazon Smile. So you can see here they even have these partnerships. These are all actually really good signs of adoption into mainstream, mainstream media and just mainstream use case. So for Shiba Inu being so young, it already has such a vast amount of just partnerships right now, and just so much utility going on behind Shiba Inu. So it is a meme coin. It's kind of a meme coin, and it's kind of a crypto as well as a crypto meme coin. It's a meme coin. It's an ecosystem all into itself, and you're gonna see other ecosystems try to do the same, like a baby Doge, and I think even a Safe Moon right now. Those are some other social tokens that are trying to accomplish what Dogecoin has accomplished and what Shiba has now accomplished. So, all right, definitely open up. No problem. You're quite welcome for that explanation, Dana. No problem, man. Not a problem at all. So going back to here, any more questions? And by the way, family, we're going to be doing free crypto, at least one free crypto tutoring session from me every month. So keep a lookout for that. Whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever you want to look at, we'll get together. We're going to talk crypto. We're going to talk charts, predictions, see where everything's going, see if everything's on the up and up. So we will have one free session every month from me. We'll talk about what you want to talk about, coins that you have, or you want to see where they're going to go. So yeah, Shiba Inu, where we at now? 36.91. Let's see where we're at on the 30-minute. Let me see here. In the trading SHIB, the volatility is just insane. So yeah, definitely good volatility for trading, but we are pretty high up on the mountain. We've pumped up a lot, but there's still going to be a little bit of room. So yeah, we're in this downtrend right now. I'm gonna get rid of this point of control right here. Yeah, we are in this downtrend after the pump. So what do we want to look at? Because if you were to get into SHIB now, I mean, yeah, you're definitely not getting in at the all-time, or at least at the higher highs. At least you have some upsides if you entered in now, but. I would wait to see where SHIB cools off, because like I was saying, I'm gonna go back out on the 4-hourly. Like I was saying with SHIB, the pattern with SHIB is like we have these big pumps, these big dumps. We go through a period of accumulation. So I'm gonna draw it out again. So big pump, big dump, period of accumulation, followed by a pump, then a dump. Accumulation, sideways trading, big pump, then we have a dump, about 40%, we come up, we're moving sideways, let me bring it over a bit, still moving sideways a little bit more, big pump, then we're going to have a dump. What do we think is going to happen next? Well, according to the past, well, we want to see what I'm saying. We want to see where this cools down to and where we start moving a little bit more sideways. So at least your entry will be a little bit better because, right now you could take an entry and, it could very well come back down from 37,800 back into this range right here. You just kind of want to wait after a big pump. You kind of, then it's kind of coming down a bit. You just kind of want to see where things cool off, because if there's anything that I've seen with SHIB is that it will cool off. There'll be a period where it moves sideways a bit, and then it just takes off again. But who knows? Maybe from here, we keep on going with this trend, and we kind of just trend upwards onto newer all-time highs for SHIB, which would be at, my goodness, should be at 9,000, and I think on the not Bittrex, I think on oh my gosh, Binance, it was over around 10 or 12,000 Satoshis, so something around there. Yeah, but yeah, I would still keep a lookout for SHIB. Just wait, notice, try to look for the patterns, try to look to see where the price is going to come squeezing at. So let's take off these lines. So we're going to pull up our Bollinger Bands one last time so we can see how this plays out. Oops, let me go here. So I'm getting up my Bollinger Bands. Yeah, so look for these patterns right here, family. So this is what I'm saying. Look for this. Like, look for that squeeze, pump. Then we're kind of squeezing again, pump. Then let's go back up here. Oops. Then we come up here and we zoom out. Not quite. We still have more volatility, but just trying to get you to see where the price is just kind of compressing at. So, you know, even up here, you know, we're kind of just, well, there's volatility, but right here, like right here, we had a really, really big squeeze. Notice how those bands are tightening. Like almost every time those bands will tighten up. So keep a lookout for that. That's kind of what we want to see with SHIB. At least, you know, everybody's different. You know, some people probably really trade this thing up really nice, but at least for me, I like to look to where are more favorable times to get in on something. So, you know, understanding that with the current pump in the beginning, or the last pump at the beginning of the month, 28.53 was that sweet spot level. So, you know, recognizing that, you know, putting that on your radar. Okay, 28.53 is where this price is mostly recognized at. So, you know, if you get in below that number, you're going to have a little bit of an edge to the upside. It's all about, you know, we want to have some edge going up where we get in. Even if it's 3% up, you know, that's a big deal because depending on how much you're trading, you know, 3% could be a couple grand. It all depends on how much you're trading, but we always want to have an edge. Right now, I'm just with SHIB. I'm just kind of seeing more or less where we're gonna cool off. Yeah, granted, this was a 50%, not like what we seen earlier in the month, but a 50% gain is nothing to chump about. 60 actually, like that's a pretty sizable increase in such a short amount of time. That is really great. That is really great increase right there. So we're going to see where this cools off at. I'm in the comments. First Bitcoin within 3. Okay, so quarter watts. Within the next 3 months coming up, when do you think the market is going to go crazy? Oh boy, I do not know, but I will say one thing. So we're going to just bring up the Bitcoin chart real quick. Let me just bring it up. Just bear with me here. I'm going to go back on trading now. We're going to bring up a Bitcoin chart. Big Daddy Bitcoin. Mama Bitcoin, Big Daddy Bitcoin. Queen Bee. We all love Bitcoin. Hey, don't sleep on Bitcoin either. Don't sleep on Bitcoin. You're gonna want to have a nice position in Bitcoin. You could have your alts too, of course, but don't sleep on Bitcoin. All right, where's Bitcoin? So what I wanted, so with who was this? With Corda. So Corda, when do you think the market's gonna go crazy? I'm not too sure, but I will say this because we talked about this at the Crypto Diversity Conference. I'm gonna just highlight Bitcoin before closing off this live stream. Man, time has passed so fast. I feel like I've only been up here for like 20 or 15 minutes. So with Bitcoin, what I was gonna share, you know, there's a couple things with Bitcoin. So let's just take a couple minutes to talk about Bitcoin before closing this, and then we'll jump right back up on SHIB. But with Bitcoin, you're gonna notice that we have actually since 2017 have been on this, at least how I have it charted. We've been in this big ascending channel since 2017. You know, this 2017 top has actually set the resistance for this current cycle, which is what I would say right now. We kind of not really tested it, but around that $70,000 level, you know, testing this ascending resistance line right here is going to be big. So Bitcoin passing 70,000 is going to be huge. We set a new all-time high at around 67,000, but we quite haven't entered new price discovery phase. I think once let me just get this on the weekly for you real quick. So yeah, you can even see here, it's just kind of a big wide channel we've had for years. But you know, it's I'm taking the top of the 2017 bull market, bringing it in as the ascending, or at least the line ascending, and then I'm having the bottom of the channel from COVID-19, the global shutdowns, as our ascending support right there. So notice how, you know, we come up here, we've tested this ascending resistance from 2017. We've come back down kind of to the lower end of this channel. And so yeah, I'm just going to draw it out. We come back down, we've come back up, come down, come up a bit. And now we are just now, I believe, starting to really test that that ascending resistance that we've had since 2017. And once we break through this, once we break through $70,000, this area, that's when I feel the real price discovery begins. So I do believe that, you know, and according to, you know, looking at these oscillators, yeah, we're pretty up there on the weekly. Looking at some of the monthly, though, at least with the month. On the stochastic, I can't help but realize, at least this indicator, you know, we're still at the lower ends of this oscillator. Even up here, well, at the MACD, you know, we're kind of gaining a little bit more steam, but we're still up there with the MACD. So let me just draw that real quick, just so you could see how we're kind of up here. In the RSI, we're almost at overbought, but we definitely still have room to go on this RSI. But I'm looking at the monthly, and you know, I'm just seeing, like, you know, we're gonna get back up to these levels again on this oscillator, because the stochastic does a better job of measuring, I guess, shorter term volatility. But yeah, you know, we're gonna get back up to these levels from there, and then we know once we get up to these levels, you know, we're gonna come back down here. It's just the way the cycle is. So, with that being said, I just want to send a death cross real quick. We're gonna take those moving averages, and I'm about to wrap it up here. So let me just delete these drawings. Remove. Oh no, wait, hold on. Remove drawings. Here we go. So I'm going to get rid of these Bollinger Bands, get rid of this too. So let's just, on the daily, let's just take a look at where we just had a golden cross. So the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So I'm just going to show you this real quick. So we're just going to put that in. So we're going to just have this just be yellow. It could be any color you want it. We're going to go to input. So we want to do 50 days. Then for this other moving average, we're going to want to put in 200. So you're going to notice right here that we've produced this golden cross actually right here about a month ago, a little over a month ago. Actually, it looks like a snail. I'll do a little dot right here. We had a golden cross right there. So like I said, you know, golden crosses typically can indicate some greener pastures ahead, and certainly we have increased. But whenever we get these crosses, we want to give this, I'd say, a couple months to play out. So really, to answer Corda's question, yes, yeah, you know, I see, when do you think the market's going to go crazy? I don't know specifically when. But I could tell you fundamentally right now, Bitcoin has never been fundamentally stronger. You know, we just had this Bitcoin ETF released and approved, which is the first of its kind in history. So, you know, these weren't narratives back around in 2013, 2017 when I really got in. You know, this was much way more. It still is very speculative, but there was so much more risk, so much more speculation. There was just not a lot of confidence. Now, with this Bitcoin ETF, this I feel like is giving a degree of confidence to institutional and traditional investors. Like you look at people like Mark Cuban, Mr. Wonderful. They were big Bitcoin. Those are the people from Shark Tank. They were big. Oh snap! Whoops. Phone fell. They were big Bitcoin, not proponents, just they weren't supporters of Bitcoin, and they've gradually come on to become supporters of it over time. But what I'm saying is that with this Bitcoin ETF, a lot of people that were like Mark Cuban, that were like Mr. Wonderful, you know, they're gonna have a little bit more of a just their risk profile is not going to be so high. They're not going to see Bitcoin as a weird, spooky asset that's just full of risk, has no kind of regulatory infrastructure, none of that. What this Bitcoin ETF does is it's going to give some confidence, and not only that, it's going to allow for traditional markets, people that are institutional corporations, traditional markets, they're going to have access to Bitcoin. Now, it's not going to be physically backed Bitcoin. I think that ETF is going to come if it hasn't already, but I gotta look that up. But the fundamentals for Bitcoin have never been stronger. I mean, you have nation states adopting it right now, such as El Salvador, first time in history. Then you also have let me go back to the Bitcoin chart. Then you also have institutions that are going to come on board and start. They're part of these people and institutions are going to want to start putting some of those cash reserves that they have into Bitcoin to balance their balance sheets. So it's really exciting times for Bitcoin. And yes, these golden crosses are powerful indicators. You take them with a grain of salt. They don't always work, but if this is any indication of the past, we're in for a very interesting ride. I do believe that the market cap's going to grow, and we're going to have new people coming into this market. So, oh yeah, Anthony Scaramucci. Yeah, he's a G. He is in Bitcoin for a while too. So Skybridge Capital is in Anthony Scaramucci, I believe. So all right, family, 7:06. We're about to wrap up this live stream. And like I said, every month we're going to do a free free one-on-one personal technical analysis with me. So every Sunday, just tune in. We're gonna do this at 6 p.m. We're gonna pick cryptocurrencies of your choice. Shiba Inu is just the talk of the town right now. So yeah, family, it's been great talking with everybody. I hope people have gotten some kind of knowledge or insight out of this. I really do. So if you want a free tutoring sessions with me, we're gonna do one time a month with Crypto Tutors. You can email Crypto Tutors, and you'll definitely be answered for your chance to win a personal one-on-one TA in cryptocurrency session with me. Anything you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. So definitely email them that. And I hope I got through all the questions. Yeah, and we're going to wrap this up. All right. So thank you for having me. I want to thank Crypto Tutors for sponsoring this as well. Of course, no problem, Corda. You got it, man. We're going to do this every Sunday. I hope you got something out of this. Just to wrap up, what are we looking at with SHIB? When we look at Shiba Inu, like I said, look for the periods where its price starts to move sideways. That's really, and this, of course, I got to say, no financial advice. I'm always going to say that. But look for when the price starts to squeeze. Look for when we start to move sideways. That's when you want to consider entering, because we want to enter we want to be in line before the pumps happen. We don't want to be the person getting on the elevator, trying to get on the elevator when it's left, So look for periods of squeezing. Understand where our point of control is at. Understand where the majority of the price action has been recognized at, family. So hope you've enjoyed it, family. Hope you have. Of course. My pleasure. We'll be back on Sunday. So tune in Sunday. Be blessed, much peace, love, wealth, and health. And I'll be ending this right now, family. Good night. Have a great week. I'm out. Peace.